Hello everyone, it's Teacher Luis one more time, and in today's video we're going to be talking about reflexive pronouns. Very important, two different uses, so pay attention and let's get started. Now in this slide it's very important to remember, let's get this closer, the difference between a subject pronoun and an object pronoun. Okay, we have this chart where it says personal pronouns refer to specific people, places, things, or ideas by indicating whether the noun is in the first person, second person, or third person. That is not really very important. And what I want to focus on here is that we have this chart. It's a singular, plural, first, second, and third person. Well, first we have to remember the difference between a subject pronoun and an object pronoun. Remember that the subject pronouns are the ones that perform the actions in the sentences, right? Like Samira loves watching movies. So Samira is the subject. However, sometimes if I say I like ice cream, I am the word I is the subject of the sentence, but because I am performing the action. But what happens if someone else is performing an action and I am the one receiving that action? So in that case, I need the object pronoun because I am receiving the action. So for example, I can say, my mother loves me. Who is the subject of the sentence? My mother, performing an action of loving someone. Who receives that love? Me. So that's what I have in this chart. I is the subject pronoun, me is the object pronoun when I receive the action. And the same happens with the other ones. We, when it's the subject pronoun, and us, when us is receiving the action, it's the object pronoun. For the second person, singular and plural, you is the same word. You love me, I love you. You see, you is as a subject and as an object too. And then in the third person, we have he goes with him, object pronoun, she, subject pronoun, goes with her, object pronoun. The pronoun it is the same. It and it, object pronoun, subject pronoun. And for they, subject pronoun, the object pronoun will be them. Okay? This is very important. Now we have some examples in here. First example, first person. The dog bit me. Oh my God. The dog is the subject performing the action of biting. Who received that bite? Me. So this is the object pronoun. Okay, look at the dog all happy because he bit me. Now, the second one, Samira, subject of the sentence, will buy coffee for you. You are receiving the action. So that is the object pronoun. Samira is the subject, which is just a subject personal pronoun. Not a personal pronoun, a proper noun is a name. And you are receiving the action of getting the coffee that someone else would get for you. And then the third example says Aaron gave him the laptop. So Aaron, and how you pronounce it? Aaron. I think that's the correct pronunciation in English. Aaron. Aaron gave him. So Aaron is the subject of the sentence and is giving him, a male, singular, the laptop. Okay, let's talk about the reflexive pronouns. So the reflexive pronouns is a type of a pronoun, we have it in here, that refers back to a noun or pronoun within a sentence, okay? And this pronoun can act as the object in that same sentence. So we already talked about object pronouns. So we have this chart, first of all, to take a look at it. For the first person singular is myself, I, myself. For we, ourselves. For you in singular, yourself. For you in plural, you all, yourselves. Then we have for he, himself, she, herself, it, itself, or they, themselves. Now, I want to give you this example that is very simple to understand. So I told you before that the subject pronoun is the one performing the action and the object pronoun is receiving the action. So if I'm cutting or I'm cutting some onions or chopping some onions with a knife, and then I cut myself. So I cut myself means that the word I, the subject pronoun performing the action, cut, and then myself. I received the action again. I did the action and I received the action. So if we follow this example, I cut myself, you cut yourself, my mother cut herself, my brother cut himself. So the subject performs an action, and the action is received by him, her, themselves, okay? Whoever the subject is. So this is what a reflexive pronoun, the word says it, reflexive is like reflecting, goes back to the subject of the sentence. We have some examples in here. So the first one, I bought myself flowers. So I performed the action of buying. Who did I buy those flowers for? For myself. Me las compré para mí mismo. ¿Ok? Como la canción de... ¿Cuál es la canción? De Miley Cyrus. I can buy myself flowers. Okay. The second example, you help yourself with the dinner. This expression means como sírvase usted mismo, right? Help yourself with dinner. Como sírvase usted mismo. O sí, usted mismo sírvase la comida, ¿verdad? And the other example, she ordered herself a cake. The same case. She is the subject ordering, and the cake that she ordered is for herself. She's the one receiving the action of herself, of the subject, okay? Again, all of this is just to talk or to refer back to the subject of the sentence in each case, okay? Now, we have the same reflexive pronouns, but now we're going to call them intensive pronouns. Why? Because using the same words, we can use it to emphasize the subject of the sentence when you want to be very clear or you want to emphasize. These are the exact same words: myself, ourselves, yourself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, themselves. It's exactly the same, but it's more like, for example, these paintings that I have here in the back. I painted them myself. So I painted these paintings myself. So I want to emphasize that I did it myself. In Spanish, we'll say like, yo los pinté yo mismito. Como yo mismo los hice, right? Yo mismo, all right? So that emphasis is what we want to give in the idea when we express it. And we use the exact same reflexive pronouns, but just that we call them intensive pronouns. Like the word says it, we want to be very intense and emphasize very clearly that the action was performed by that subject that we mentioned, okay? Okay, and we have some examples in here. So the first one says, I myself baked the cupcakes. I feel very proud. I did it myself. I emphasize the subject, which is I, and that's how we use it. The second example, you must record your progress yourself. So in this case, again, it's something that you have to do by yourself. Nobody else can help you. You have to do it yourself. Usted mismo. Usted tiene que llevar un récord del progreso. Usted. Nobody else, right? So the third example says, she herself took the photos. Again, emphasizing who took the photos. She did, but we want to be very strong and emphasize that she did it. So she herself took the photos. So that's everything for today's video. Now, please go ahead and complete the exercises that you have in the Google Classroom, complete the worksheet, and remember that if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask on the WhatsApp, or you can ask your teacher when you come to class. Anyway, that's everything for today, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.